RealGenericDemon, and this is What's on the Tape, Season 26, Volume 1. And this entire season was kind of semi-sponsored by a lovely person who sent me a message on Bluesky called OnyxBox. And OnyxBox saved these from near destruction from where he works. So he sent these through to me, and they're all Spectrum things. I've checked them all. They've all got Spectrum things on it, and they're all full of stuff. I mean, look at some of these things. Some of these titles we've got Saboteur 2, Hydra Fool, Pud, we've got Codename Matt, Technical Ted, we've got Archronoid 2, down here we've got what's it, Eagle's Nest, we've got Nemesis, we've got Squash, we've got SAS Strike Force, we've got Konami's Tennis, we've got loads and loads of stuff. So what we're going to do is, I think we're going to take one of these first off to start with, and do you know what, I quite fancy this one, so let's go with this one, because it's got Rama on it, Rama, and what's it, Terra Cresta, Stark, yeah, it's some great stuff on here. Comic Game, I'm not sure a Comic Game, actually, that's the one I've not seen with Squash. Anyway, but I'm going to try this one first. It's a Boots, a WX Smith's C90 equivalent of. So we'll give that one a try. There is one here that was slightly odd. What was the one that was slightly odd? It wasn't that one, was it? No, there's some codes in these ones. Look, the pokes are in there. Look, somebody's put the poke in there for Sigma 7. That is amazing. Those are pretty uncommon nowadays. They're quite hard to find, those poke sheets. But there was another one on here that surprised me by its type. Where was it? Where are you? It's not that one. There. What's that? A D46? Have you ever seen a D46 before? I've never seen a D46. Well, I have now, and so have you, but I've never seen a D46 before, so that's a completely new one for me. But I think we're going to go with this one this week, and then I've got some things to show you. So this one here, we're going to do side by side. So this is going to be all 10 episodes. Are basically going to be here by what we've got from OnyxBox, which is really kind of him to send me through to me. I want to show you some of the things that I've got in the meantime. So it's been 3 weeks since the last show, and I've got a few things that I've collected. So I've got a few extra things from my collection, Spectrum collection. I've got this one, which is Dwarf's Domain. Not tried it yet. Quite looking forward to this one. Yeah, Krypton Force. There was quite a few Krypton Force games out there, wasn't there, at the time? But yes, Dwarf's Domain. I want to try that. They look a little bit angry, more hobbity, I think, than anything else. Then I've got a slightly uncommon one. It cost me a bit more money, but a slightly more uncommon Codemasters. I don't collect Codemasters in general, but I've got quite a collection. Most people probably do. I got the soccer pinball, which is well, that's definitely not Ronaldo, but anyway, but it's pinball soccer type thing. I don't know. It's very weird. Anyway, but it's not a common one anyway. So I picked that one up recently as well for my collection with a little bit more money. The next game, I think, is the game I've been looking for years, and I still haven't had a chance to try it. It's the game called Senti Munch. I've seen screenshots of it, and it kind of strikes me as a game I really play. Well, I played back in the day. The interesting thing is, it's the company that makes it. Where are they based? Does it tell details? It fell apart. Are here in Ulverston. Now, Ulverston is effectively down the road from me, so it's the bottom end of Cumbria. So it's down the road from me. So I have a feeling this is the game that I've been seeking all this time and hadn't realised that the software company that made it, trying to put it back together again at this moment in time, won't do that. Yes, I will. No, I will. Yes, I will. No, I won't. Yes, I will. Oh God, no, it's going to go all wrong. Anyway, I think they were down the road from me all this time. But that driving me nuts. Look, can't do that. Has to go back together properly. All the way, so I'm not happy. There we go. It's back together, thankfully. Right, okay, but I think that's the game. That's the game I've been looking for. So we're going to have to do a video on that separately, but that definitely feels like it. And then I also got this one, which I've been looking for ages. We played it on What's on the Tape. Finally found a copy recently, Bug Eyes. It's a platformer, and it looks really good, if you can remember this one. But I managed to pick this one up recently, so I'm delighted with this. Bug Eyes sort of with the collection, and of course the instructions on the inside of the cover there. So, yeah, I'm very pleased with those ones. So those are a few of the really good ones I picked up. I picked up some other things along the way, but those are the really interesting ones, I think, anyway. Then we've got... God, I'm not done yet. Then I saw these, and I literally had to buy all of them, because I don't know about you, but I've never seen these before, or if I did, I only saw them once. These are DOS publisher ones with games on it, and if you look in the top corner, we've got all of the various things that it does it for. So you can even have EC and 5 1/4 and 3.5 inch, and it would fit them all. And in this case, obviously, it's a reprint of the original game. You get the game printed on, published onto it from the shop itself, written straight to a tape, and the tape obviously contains everything related to it. But the thing that I'm going to say is, there wasn't just one. There was at least 2 of these that were there, and then we had a third one. Another Magic Land Dizzy one there, and then a 4th one, and there's one other one that I got as well, but these are the most interesting of the 5 I got. But I've never seen them like this before, and now that I've seen them, I think it's brilliant. I think it's brilliant, and I think it's great. And although they're technically just copies that were printed in the store, the fact that they come with these cases, I think makes them slightly special. So I've got to admit, I quite like this. I quite like these. I thought, and I had, as I said, I had to have them all. They cost me £10 a piece, and I think that was well worth it. I don't know about you, but I think they'd look great in any collection, realistically. And the last thing to do, because it's the first episode of the new season. First episode of the new season, or first volume of the new season, we have to have a tape that you choose at the end. So you've got a choice. You've got live action back again, which we didn't manage to do last time round, which is obviously Great Escape, Top Gun, what's it, Green Beret, Rambo, and Army Moves. Or I'm going to make your life very, very difficult indeed. We're going with this one, which is which is 10 Great Games 2, a colossal collection from Gremlin. I'm going to flip it over because what's on there is so much. We've got Wiedersehen Monty, we've got Samurai Trilogy, we've got, I can't pronounce that one, whatever, Convoy Rider, Jack Nipper 2, Basil, The Great Mouse Detective, Death Wish 3, Mask, Duct. I don't think I ever saw the Duct as on its own, you know. The Things bounces back, and of course the this one here, which is, I can't pronounce it. It's Deflector, is it, or something similar? Eliminator. But those are the choices we all have. Or the final, is it the Final Matrix? Eliminator, the Final Matrix, might be the Final Matrix actually. Can't read it. You can maybe read it. I can't read it. Can't see with glasses. But so the choice is. It's either Colossal Gremlin compilation or Colossal Gremlin or Live Ammo. So that's really up to you. So you make a choice now in this episode, and then we'll choose at the end of the season. Anyway, without further ado, though, let's get this into a tape drive. Okay, the tape is in the drive, so let's go down to our usual one, our basic, and load it. And we'll give it a go. I'll load speech marks. How are you all? How you been? Have you missed me? Have you missed me for the last 3 weeks? I bet you have. I bet you've missed it. I mean, to be fair, oh, hello. To be fair, it's been a weird last 3 weeks. I've been busy, as well as, oh god, there's a good start. Do you know, this is why we love What's on the Tape. It just starts the way it's going to need to go on. Just nothing loads. But it's been a busy last few weeks. I've been busy for work, been away from home for a bit, and then back again. And then damaged my back again. So we're currently we're not as bad as it was, you know, when we're back in the back a couple of years ago. It was actually not quite as bad as that was, but sort of quite uncomfortable, realistically, you know, not brilliant. So I love the fact that these things don't load. It's always great. I know it's weird, but I kind of like it that we've got that failure sort of. There's a good failure rate on What's on the Tape. I'll be honest, there's a good failure of it. But almost every time we start a new What's on the Tape, we have a failure rate. I'm swapping to the other tape deck I've got, so that's just connected up with an external. So it's another tape deck with one of those cassette input ones. So they basically have got a 3.5 inch jack going into the tape deck, and then you've got the, and I need to turn up the volume a little bit. Oh, it's really quiet. That's even worse than in the other tape deck. Let's try it again. Let's rewind it. So that's really quiet. That's me turning up full blast here. Let me just... Too noisy for its own good. And just a solid signal, though. This is what we like. We like good solid signals. And it's not working. We're definitely not working here. Can we get anything out of this? No, not thus far. That's not a good start. I mean, what I'm also hoping is that the tape that I've got here, oh mind you, it does say tape 18 on it, is tape 18, which probably means it's there. It's a lot of weird things on it, though. It says B next to it, and I don't hope B doesn't mean broken. It's possible it means broken. Kronos, though, which would have been loading. Let's see if we can. Let's do our favour. Let's do PlayZX. Kronos, which is on here. He looks all over for his phone because he moved it out of the way, of course, to be make some small space while I'm working on it. Kronos is probably one of my favourite budget shoot 'em ups. It's monochrome, of course. They always made a monochrome. I don't know what that was about the Spectrum. Loving brightly coloured sprites is kind of I think there's a love to be able to do that. There's games that I've played where the sprites overlap. Even some modern day ones. If you look at the Adventures of Mr. Hare, by Lee Chops Stevenson, they have colour clash. And when I sort of didn't confront him, I sort of said to him, "I'm glad you enjoy the you're accepting the colour clash." Lee's response was very much what colour clash? Which I love. I love that. There's a it's like I see no who's it saw no ships at the Battle of Trafalgar. I see no ships. That's kind of Kronos. Is that how you spell it? Try to spell it now. How do you spell it? Kronos. I'm spelling it wrong. I'm searching for it now. Mastertronic one, the re-release. Oh, there's a re-release. There's another one later. Huh. There we go. So we'll load Kronos anyway. We'll do it because we know what it is. So we'll definitely load that. I'm hoping this is the work. I don't know which side of the tape we're on, actually. No idea. Labels on it. Does it say side A or B? I'm going to assume on side A, so we'll do that. Cracked by Blood. 24th of the 2nd, 1998. 1998. Oh, wow. Hang on, is that the right game? Oh. I think that's the wrong game. Or maybe it isn't. It's already crashed. That's not a good start. Let's stop that. Yeah, let's try this again. Break. New. It's always the same with the old specky, isn't it? You know, it's old technology, old temperamental technology. Let's pop it up here. Hopefully this will work. Kronos. Yeah, this is a shoot 'em up though. A monochrome graphics shoot 'em up. One of the better ones. Another one modified by. Okay, go ahead and do modified by. Totally unnecessary loading screen. I'm watching it. My head's going everywhere as I watch it go across. Is this the right one? I hope it is. Gremlin 1987. This might be the wrong game. Might be the wrong game. I've no idea now. I'm completely lost. If it's the game I'm thinking it is, it's a shoot 'em up. I don't remember the title sequence, title looking like this, but I may be completely wrong. One of the cheaper sort of Mastertronic range the budget range, the designed for your pocket, the perfectly designed for your pocket. And of course, it is a sad weekend this weekend to discover that, and we already knew this was coming. I think we discussed it just before I took my break. The death on the high street of yet another large brand that we loved all of our youth. That we used to go in there and we used to buy our Spectrum games and our magazines, our Crash magazines and our Sinclair users and your Sinclairs and video and computer games and all this kind of stuff, and Edge magazines. Remember Edge magazine and all that, and then the top adult shelves that they then changed later, which is probably a mistake realistically, because they probably would have sold from that adult. But either way, the point is that WH Smith's is about to exit and close the all but its shops in things like airports and railway stations. It's done. That's it. It's done on the high street. It's no longer there on the high street. What is left on the high street, people? Tell me what's left. It's dreadful. I don't know about you, but my local council is obsessed by the following things, and it's killing the high street, murdering the high street, destroying the high street. They are obsessed by several things. Higher rates and taxes for those that have shops. There's people who own the shops in these prime locations, in theory where the footfall are charging exorbitant amounts of rent. So you've got two factors there. So you've got greedy landlords, you've got councils charging huge amounts of rent, which they don't then buffer against people who use a warehouse to sell online outside of the town. They hit the people in town who are trying to sell, where they have a person standing there, selling the products day in, day out. There is a serious disparity here with the whole thing. The footfall is reducing significantly because in my town, like many other towns, they pedestrianise in a good percentage of it. Nothing wrong with that, but giving you nowhere to park that doesn't cost huge sums of money. So if you work there anyway, you don't really want to. The cost to park is ridiculous, and I know it's environmental, but the other links and the other ways of doing things are not always possible. And I'll give you several really good examples. My own child would tolerate a certain amount of transport, but there's always got to be the ability to take him out of a situation when he's struggling with his autism. So having a car and being able to take it in and out is great, but that means that realistically, realistically, it becomes the disabled badge type thing. But at the same time, you just, without doing that, there's no way to park. The parking was free. It was free on the side streets, and it was free roundabout. You'd actually get more footfall. All that's happening now is a massive reduction in anybody going anywhere, and it's tragic, to say the very least. It is Kronos. It's tragic. I don't know about anybody else's high street, but mine's definitely tragically damaged by this, and it's not good. Press any key. QA OP, yes. I assume it's a time travelling thing. I always wondered whether it was or it wasn't. 5 to start the game. Press any key. Yeah, there you go. It's a pretty good little shooter up, this one. Nice pace. Got a little bit of Nemesis about it, or Salamander. I think that's the way to describe it. But it's actually not a bad little shoot 'em up. Not a bad one at all. Plays really well. It's quick. It's well designed. It's got the enemy variety of is, I think, it's a little limited, but what do you expect? It's 48k of memory. It's not a lot of space to create a masterpiece of whatever else it is. The ship's pretty good. The animation of the engine burning in the back is good, but as I say, it's monochrome goodness, and that's how it plays. It's nice. It's a good start as well to the old season 20. Yes, season 26, isn't it? Wow, season 26. And volume 1 of season 26. Do you just remember to choose from the available enemy alert? Choose from the available the games. You know, either the Gremlin compilation or the bonus. Just pick that up. Or the live ammo. Some good games on live ammo though. You've got to admit, you got things like. Oh, God's sake. It's going to be interesting. Squeeze through the gap. Oh, just did it. We'll shoot them down. I'm doing quite well, actually. I'm quite surprised how well I am doing. Let's get past them. Watch out for aliens. Oh, I got killed. I was too busy trying to shoot the nipples. I shot him right in the nipples. Graphics are nice. The graphics are nice and solid. The look is solid. The whole thing's solid, actually. I'll be honest. It's a solidly made game. If you bought this for on your Mastertronics selection of games, you'd be delighted with it. You would not hesitate to enjoy this one. You're getting sore fingers actually moving up and down. Orbital something or other platforms. So we're coming up on orbital platforms. There's actually things happening in this. I didn't realise that we were doing certain things. Kronos, end of zone. Oh, we've done it. I went into the new zone. Oh wow. Hadn't even realised. Oh, got killed. Yeah, that's pretty good, isn't it? You know what? You wouldn't, if you bought this, you wouldn't have wasted your money. Your whole $1.99 would have been money well spent. I tried to kill that and made a mistake there. I didn't mean to do that. Change of enemies now. Just one slight change. That sort of square that's flying around and bouncing off, which is actually more efficient than it should be. Let's put our name in, and there we are. Am I on top of the table? I'm not. The scene, McDonald's, the kiddie table, the date, January 87, the event, 5 complete loonies arguing about the concept of demon or the existence of God and splashing each other with milk-shaped strawberry type. Would you believe that these people are skilled, skilled programmers? Well, there you go. That's what happened in January 1987. They had they were all lunatics. Nice bit of music, though. Listen. I always thought that was bloody clever what they could do with the ZX Spectrum sound speaker. I mean, it's like, that's beyond clever, realistically. It really is, isn't it? I mean, that really is beyond clever. Right, let's go see what else we've got on this. So that was not a bad start, even if it didn't work. I need to fast forward this a bit. Should be Back to the Future. Old Marty McFly. Cracking movie, that. Still can't believe to this day they recut the entire ending of the first Back to the Future and replaced the actress with Leah Thompson, was it? Thomas or Thompson? I mean, to be fair, I mean, she was also in Howard the Duck and got into a very compromising position with old Howard. And it was very not Disney, very not Marvel. I always like the first actress better. Just me, maybe. Noises coming out of it. If you want to take another example, it's the company I work for started in a shop, and just working on the high street was just too expensive, and the footfall reduced to the point where they can no longer continue having a shop. It just didn't make financial sense anymore. Then what they were doing is more and more stuff that involved going out and about rather than actually having a physical shop. and that's how it's the beginning of the end, you know, in comparison to the rents and rates you've been paying for the original shop location. It's just gone. It's just gone. It's just dreadful, really. Oh, deafening past, that is. That's like white noise. Oh, I'll give it another try. I think we're struggling here. Yeah, we are struggling. It's struggling. Very dirty tapes. Right, one more try. We're going to go back to the other tape deck. I suspect we're going to have to load it from what's on from PlayZX, but we'll give it a try anyway. You never know. We might get lucky. I always like at least one thing to load. We've had tapes where they've never loaded at all, and we've just known what's on them. I mean, if you go back to my very first episodes, they're quite hilarious, because if they don't work, I just literally go, "That's rubbish. It's done." You know, we're stopped. Nowadays, I try and make the best attempt possible to. That sounds even worse. Sounds like a car crash. It's like when you put your head out of a window at speed. No, it's not even picking it up. It's not even picking it up. It's not even picking it up. Right, okay. Let's see if we got it on PlayZX. I don't know whether this will be here, but we'll give it a try. If it isn't, we'll find something else that says back to something of the future. Something future. We'll give it a try. Back to the Future. There it is. Well, I'll be. Never expected that there. Wow. Okay, let's play it. Enter. Back to the Future. By Microsphere. Yeah, so I always loved Back to the Future. Back to the Future has so many it's a very well crafted set of films, you know, from 1 to 3. And I mean that in as seriously, because I think, isn't it where Marty crashes into one of the pines at 2 Pines, and when they go back to the mall, it's now called a Single Pine Mall rather than 2 Pines. Has that stopped? No, it's still going. Long space there for some reason. But yeah, you know, everything about it gets crafted based on what actually happens. And it's theirs is it's not parallel universe. It's effectively you change the timeline. When you go back in time, you change the timeline. So the future is no longer the future you had when you go back to it. So it's not like there's another parallel one running. It just changes the whole timeline. So what Marty does in the first movie affects how Doc survives the whole thing, and you know, and then gets thrown back in time, and when he goes and Marty ends up back in time. It's a great movie. It's a great set of concepts because there's a real continuity for what actually is going on. You've got to give them serious props for the actual continuity of it. I think that's one of my favourite parts about this, and I can't even believe that this is re-released, by the way, on the Firebird range. I don't know. I don't even know what one it was. Was it the budget one, or was it one of the? I don't know, because they had the weird orange boxes, didn't they, at that point in time? The old people at British Telecom. A strange bunch of people. Many people. W. H. Smiths as well. Can you imagine? Well, let's not do there's the alternate future. Imagine if that executive had decided to continue publishing computer games, and that they weren't just a fad. People wrote things about this back in the day, didn't they? They wrote things like the internet, it's a fad, nobody will keep up with it. Nah, I don't think people will enjoy electronic games. It's not fun, there's no escapism in that. They'll want to go outside and touch the grass and all that kind of stuff, you know? And how wrong were they with that? They're very wrong. I think it was it Bill Gates recently, Mr. Gates, Mr. Microsoft himself. He suggested, though, and this is an interesting one, but I'm not sure what this means realistically, that, in the future that we can expect a 2-day week due to the use of artificial intelligence. First off, I don't think the billionaires will allow us to have a 2-day week. Then we'll be lucky to have 2 days off. I think in the future we'll probably be working for their AI masters. I think the way it's going at the moment. But the point is, he suggested that AI would make our lives so much easier that we don't have to work 2 days a week. But what does that mean for the value of a human being against a program? Very philosophical today, I'm afraid. Very philosophical. That's just thoughts that run through my head, like that W.H. Smith's guy who went, nah, the future's definitely not computer games. Nobody's going to want these things. I think do you think that W.H. Smith's at the time when they were making this decision, do you think that chief executive was looking over the water at what was going on in the US, where they had a glut of consoles, lots and lots and lots of consoles, and the war was raging over that? I mean, this is the one that's often described, and we never felt it in the UK at all, not at all. We had home computers, so we were not even touched by the concept of this console war that was they were having over the US, where everybody was fighting. Atari was fighting, what was it called? The Odyssey, was that Matrox or something, or Matrox? Anyway, whoever they were all fighting over the same sort of customer base, and considering, I mean, the US population, is big. It's not huge, and they were fighting over that. And the rest of Europe and the UK, we just weren't. But do you think? I wonder if he was eyeing that up and sort of going, "Oh my God, we're due a collapse in the computer game industry," which then never really happened for the whole of the computer gaming history. We battled those demons and won, I guess, and we loved it. We loved it all the way. We loved every game. Oh, it's such a good cup of coffee. I'll be got a beverage too. I bet you've missed me drinking coffee. Still haven't got that deal though. It's now into it's all kind of guerrilla warfare now. The various coffee companies have engaged in pitched battles over my possible joining them. Right. So, the general gist of this is it's not the best adventure-y thing. I think what you have to do is there's items at the top of the screen. I think you have to get all those items, and the photograph in the bottom corner, which is the bottom right-hand corner, is your parents and your family. And then there's Marty there, which is my life, and that slowly goes down because I disappear. And yeah. So I'm like Marty McFly, and I have to get my parents together. Oh, that worked well. Want to start the game. I'm just trying to find the keys to move. Yeah, so I am Marty, and I am trying to get my family back together again. Oh, curse keys, love it. Right, okay, we like curse keys. That's left and right. And there's Doc's place. Can we go into the Doc's place? We can. Hi, Doc. Hi, Marty. I have some stuffs for you. I can take that. Yeah, you got to scare Biff. Yeah, he's punched me, and I've lost some health. Yeah, it's one of them. It's a puzzly, gamey thingy. That's so descriptive, isn't it? I never really liked it. I didn't know what I was doing in it. I still don't know what I'm doing in it. I know that Marty's busily dying here very quickly, and it'll be one of those games. Most Spectrum games, they lasted 25 minutes if you were lucky. There's George. George McFly. I'm disappearing badly here. I've got to get my dad and my mum back together again. There's a guitar there. Can I play the guitar? Can I pick up the guitar? And the children's photos disappearing. And I'm slowly... yeah. Yeah, well, I'll be honest. We weren't missing anything there. It's not... It's... yeah, cash grab, probably. I don't, well, maybe not. I'm a bit harsh, possibly. But, yeah, not the greatest of Spectrum games. Not going to win any awards in my head, anyway. Probably did back in the day, but not here. Right, we need to fast forward through it now, because we've got Squash, Saviour of the Universe. Never really played Squash. I don't know. It just passed me by. I don't think I could play it now, though. I'd be absolutely knackered. I mean, it looks exhausting. There's actually a Squash channel, you know. I was on Samsung's. You know, they have nowadays televisions come with like their own version of the app, don't they? So you get like LG TV or Roku TV, Roku, whatever it is, Roku TV, or you get Samsung TV. There is actually a Samsung Squash channel. I remember it was always one of those things that felt like it was like middle-aged men that played it back in the day. I only people I ever saw was middle-aged men with bad hairdos and moustaches playing it. However, to be fair, I saw recently, and we've got to talk about it. It's an important thing. We need to talk about it. I saw recently a young man, probably in his early 20s. He turned up. Oh, this is probably our next one, loading, possibly. He turned up to get his fish and chips from fish and chip shop locally. And we must discuss fish and chips, by the way. What's your favourite? You know, what do you go? What's your go-to when you go to the fish and chip shop? For me, regular fish with batter, obviously. Beautiful, beautiful. Small chips, because I've got to watch my figure, because I'm a growing boy, only outwards. This is not working either. Let's go. Let's. No, we're not out. It's not having it. Right. Let's find a Squash load. Anyway, what was I saying? So yeah, we've got fish, chips, small chips, and then it depends on my mood. And you know, this is possibly a northern thing. It's either chip shop curry, so I can slather it over the top of the old fish, or mushy peas. I'm gonna have mushy peas with it. One of the two. I don't know about you, but come on. We've gone to the chip shop thing now. But while we're thinking about the chip shop, and you're thinking about your favourite go-to meal, I mean, the scampi and fries is also scampi and chips is also good, by the way, with homemade tart sauce. But now I'm feeling hungry. I hate you all. You made me hungry. No, but the point is, this young man comes into to order his fish and chips. He's wearing a orange jumpsuit. He's obviously been out on the jumpsuit. Overalls. Yellow, orange overalls. He'd been out on the road. Boots on. Nose ring. Just a hoop through his nose. Beautiful, thick nose ring. And the most glorious mullet. Trimmed on the sides. Short on the top. You know, short on the front for action, and on the back. That was the pleasure. And it was halfway down his back was the mullet. Honestly, I almost high-fived him right there and then for the glory that was his mullet. I don't know. I think that they should maybe bring them back for kids nowadays. First off, you'll never know shame like owning a mullet. But second off, they're glorious. Oh my God. Can't take me anywhere. The glory of the mullet. Oh, Squash. Come on, find Squash. Squash. You're kidding? You can't find squash? SQU? I can't find squash. Equals. There must be a... What are they? Let's get a... yeah. With S. There's no blooming squash on PlayZX. Can you believe that? Right, we're skipping it then. We're skipping it. I'll be honest, I wasn't looking forward to it anyway. So let's see what else we've got on here. Let's go. Curse of Sherwood is also on here. This is another Spectrum one. Do you know what the worst part about this is? I'm looking at this tape, and it's delicious. It's clean, it's tidy, somebody's made a real effort with it. There isn't a spot of dirt on it. It's been obviously retained and kept for years. But what will have happened is it'll have been stored somewhere that was a little bit not conducive of its to keep it safe and running. You know, it's been stored somewhere cold and probably wet. And of course, the good old tape is actually rust. We know this, so it's been stored there, and it's just not happened. No, that's too early for that to be the next game. I want to know what the comic game is though. That one kind of intrigues me. I've never heard of the comic game. I played most of these games on here. Curse of Sherwood, I can kind of half remember. Definitely a Mastertronic game. And it's still going. Still going. Still going. Still going. I think we're still going. Oh, here we go. Oh, I just felt like that was going to go there. Come on. I can't believe there's not a squash on PlayZX. I suppose there was that mustachioed fella that sponsored them all, wasn't it? He was. I think it was him. It's basically his squash is the one that we all have to put up with. Oh, it's so good, but there's an echo. There's something not right about it. It says it's going to work, but it's not. This is where the second half, by the way, the second half of what's on the tape. The next time we do side B of this tape, I bet you blooming works all the way through. Right, Curse of Sherwood. Sherwood. Is it the Curse of Sherwood, maybe? The Curse of Sherwood. It's the Curse of Sherwood. That's why we couldn't find it there. The Curse of Sherwood. Let's go with it. Let's go with the Curse of Sherwood. I don't know if this has ever come up, this game. I don't even remember playing it. I remember seeing the cover many a times. It's got some kind of little skeleton, hasn't it? And a sort of wizard on the front. I don't remember much more about it. For me, I love my Mastertronic games, but I didn't buy them all. There was a limit to the number that I could purchase, or that I wanted to purchase. And then, of course, they made Mad, didn't they? Which is the added dimension, the sort of Mastertronic added dimension games. And once they started going to the $3.99 ones, there seemed to be a significant increase in quality. I mean, really significant increase in quality. Same with Codemasters games. I mean, they were $1.99 when they first came out, but they also started doing a higher level of them as well. And I think that's where my interest in them sort of stopped in the $1.99 ones. I sort of stopped buying them because they just weren't quite as good as the ones where you got your value added dimension ones, like the night times, what's that one with the ball where you used to bounce on the colours that I can't remember what it's called, but you know what I mean, the price, the increased price usually signified, and I would agree. I think you would agree with me on this as well, that did actually was the case, that it did signify an improved quality of game. You know, you got a little bit more for your money, especially from those budget ranges, those early budget ranges, going up to the more expensive, your AAA titles of nowadays. I think there was a significant leap in quality between those things. So yeah, I think there definitely was a change in the games when you went up that £1, just literally £1. I mean, but thinking about that was 50% of the cost of a previous game, wasn't it? It was 50% was an additional 50% on your game. So yeah, yeah, it was all right. We had a lot of experimental stuff. It was brilliant as well. So it was really I still think it's an interesting time for gaming. I still think that the Switch is the best for collecting modern day wise, combined with the Evercade, which is what I would call a retro device, or certainly a retro emulation device, but a good emulator. I mean, I don't dislike. What I don't like is people having to go, if somebody wants to use an emulator to play some game they used to love. And what's wrong with that? There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. The Spectrum that's come out recently, and although if you've already got a Spectrum, you probably don't want one. But if you don't have the time to do all the things that we do, trying to get this set up. I mean, I have to set up various things to get this to work. I've got something that upscales it slightly, so it makes it slightly widescreen. I know it's not the right resolution for a Spectrum, but it's not quite the full length. And then I've got something that filters and cleans the signal, so you get a sharper image from it all. It's not a bad image that you're getting from here, because I've got something called an OSSC involved in it, and then I've got to do my tape cleaning and make sure my Spectrum's working and maintain it, blah 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 blah. Whereas if you've got an emulation device and you just stick it in and you push the button and there's Jet Set Willy on the screen, okay, you miss out on the loading. I do love the loading. The loading's beautiful, by the way. But the point is that you can do that, and I've got no objection to it. I think it's brilliant. I think it's great. I think people should be allowed to enjoy the games they used to have. So, I'm not one of those people who's a bit of a snob for the whole thing. I used to put the word emulated or not emulated and unemulated on my videos, and it's so inaccurate. It's unbelievable. Of course, it's unemulated. You're not actually playing it on. You're playing it on a Spectrum. It's just ridiculous. If it's emulated, you can write it, but I don't think it matters as long as it's accurate emulation. And I think that's the big thing. And that's the big thing with the Evercade. You're getting accurate emulation of the original games, down to the sound quality, down to the graphical quality, down to how it plays. So, it's a good device to collect for. That's a good one to collect for. The Switch is a good one to collect for. I don't know how the Switch 2 is going to fare, because if it starts doing a lot more downloading from it, rather than the cartridge in the back of it, I think that'll be probably the end of my collection for modern day consoles. I don't think it will happen any other way. I'm loving the graphics, by the way, on the screen, on the Cursor Show. It's pretty special, that, on the screen. Right, I'm going to drink up a coffee. Let's press the 0 key and start this thing. 0. Oh, my mug. That's up. That's down. That's what's left and right. That's Q to quit. Up, down, AS, space. Space is sword. There we go. We got it. He's not got me yet, so I'm gonna avoid him. Okay, so Sherwood. I must be. Oh, I know who I am. I'm the Abbot. What's he called? I can't remember his name. I've got a nice one now. Ah, right. I see. Right. That's pretty good, actually. It reminds me of Firelord. Yeah, troll. Oops. We can take a crossbow now. I'm liking this. I can't swim across the river. That's a shame. Glad they didn't respawn. That would have been horrendous. It's really good, actually. Oh, you'd have been super happy with this back in the day. Need to map it, of course. Get your old pen and paper out and map the blooming thing. But tell you what. Yeah, I'd have been super happy with this back in the day. Yeah, it's good. Oh, game over. That's pretty good, actually. Curse of Sherwood. Budget title that I've never played before. I feel like we need to give that a bit more time on another occasion. That's actually pretty good. I like the graphics on it as well. Played really well. Have you played it? Have you played the game before? Yeah, pretty good, that one. Not a budget title I had, but definitely one I should have had or should have tried, because that was actually really good. Right, we're on to the next one. What are we on to? Comet game. This one I'm actually quite intrigued by. I don't know if it's going to work. So we'll have to Google it. We'll have to PlayZX it. Great app, that, by the way, down in the description below. And just for niceness, I'm going to put OnyxBox's Bluesky in the description below if you want to pop over onto Bluesky there and say hi. Or follow him or something like that. Let's start posting some good stuff then, won't you? Kind of like Bluesky. Saturday comes up and they do cattery. And everybody just posts pictures of cats. It's really weird. It's like almost all 30 plus million people on there just decided to post cats. Just much more chilled out than the other one. Oh, I really want one of these to just pop up and go. I really do. I'm so like, come on, you can do it. It's not going to. We'll give it a try again. One more. Go on for me. No, it's not going to happen. Right, let's find out what the Comet game is. So we'll find out what the Comet game is. This sounds cool. Comet game. Was there a game called Comet? Ooh, was there? Now I'm thinking. Was the one was it by Firebird? Right. There isn't another Comet game in here. There is one that comes as Comet. Comet Encounter. Livewire software. Never even heard of them. Comet Encounter. Well, we'll do this one. It's probably not the right game, but we'll give this one a go. Comet Encounter. Could be the Comet Encounter. Would have been the same thing. Could be. Loading the Comet Encounter. Touch a comet. Watch them in the natural environment. Burning up in the sun's atmosphere. Yeah. And we've also got Still to Come. Comet Encounters. Kind of looks pretty good, actually. Quite like, look at that. It does look quite good. I don't know why. I just quite like the look of that. It does look like somebody's put some effort into that. B. Jones and Jay Godwin. Coming up though, we've got SAS Strike Force. Yep. We've got 3D Star Strike 2, Terra Cresta, Rana Rama, and I can't read the bottom one. Let me see if I can read it. If I get my thing out. Ugh. I want to think it says deflectors, but I don't think it does. Get your money's worth on a C90 tape, don't you? I mean, you really do get your money's worth on a C90 tape. These are my favourites back in the day, C90s. I love that tape. Looks great. It's just a shame it doesn't load. As I say, it's very much how they're stored. I've discovered this over time, that the outcome or the chances of survival depends how they're stored, whether the environment has really affected them, what they're made from. I mean, this one's got Fe at the front of it, which means it's very much iron based. Not that they all aren't, but it's really highlighting that. So I'm going to assume it's hypersensitive. The other thing, of course, is I mean, you could also argue it's dust or whatever else is. I doubt that somehow, because the tape's fairly tightly wound. Doesn't mean that things don't penetrate the surface, but it's fairly tightly wound. Yeah, maybe. This comic game looks interesting, though. Maybe not the comic game that's on there, but it does look like an interesting game. I'm going to get a bit of coffee while we're doing this. Before I started, though, just in case I didn't have to take any pauses particularly, I did medicate my back a little bit. So I've had a couple of ibuprofen, nothing exciting, but a couple of ibuprofen, just to make sure that I'm still moving, and I'm sat on some cushions and things like that. So just so that my back is just. It's out. The horrible things, backs. You know, when you don't realise, you take them for granted. When you're a lot younger, you do take them for granted. And then you get a bit older and you do something silly with them, and then you just regret it. And it's just pure regret for me. It's the pain is just phenomenal when it can be bad. And it's and for me it's bad to be back here because problem is my chiropractor's in on the other side of the world at the moment and not back until May. So normally I'd probably have gone before this became problematic, but I didn't get a chance to, so, you know. Never get old is what I always say. Never get old. Q and W and space is the retro thrusting system. Can you be the first human being to land on Halley's Comet? Oh, this looks cool. I want to land on Halley's Comet. Number 5 to start the game. I want skill level 1. 5. I want to land on Halley's Comet. Yeah, okay. Why did I press any buttons and now doing that? Oh, here we go. Oh, game over already. Oh my god. Screens 1 and 2. This looks great. This looks really good. I want it. I want a copy of it now. Right, let's do it again. Oh, it's S to start. I thought it was 5. 1S. Oh, look. There we go. I'm going through. Let's just thrust up and down that. No. No, crashed. Oh, this is really good. I like it. Simple games. Oh no. Can I get over that far side screen? No, I can't. Can't thrust out of here though. Oh no! That's tough, that. But I want to land on Halley's Comet. Come on, Halley. Let me land on your comet. That's that one. There's the Earth. Right, I want that one to go that way. When you go that way, I'm going to go down. Yes. I'm going to go this way. Oh, look at this. Alien space stations. Might have to sing Flash RR again. Flash R, saviour of the universe. It's me. Flash Gordon now. I'm going. I like it. Oh, I love simple games. Just like me. Simple. Oh, I like it. I want another. I'm having another go. I'm sorry, but this one's really caught me. Comet Encounter. This, I really like it. One more go. One more go. I think I can do better. Right, okay. So we go down this way. We go down here. He just bounces around there. This one. Close. Like that. A minute. Past it. And the spaceship looks like a skull too, which is always awesome. You got a spaceship like a skull, you know it's good. Alright, I think we need to go this way. So you need to be... Yes. And we'll go that way. Past it. Space Lab. Oh, I died on the Space Lab. Well, hang on, how do I beat that? I have to go right around it. Blooming do. That's totally unnecessary. Oh, I definitely can get fuel though, can't I? No fuel. No bonus life. Oh, sugar. Oh, that's tough. I like it though. That's really good. I don't know about you, but I like. Yeah, Comet Encounter is definitely going on my list of games to get in the future. Definitely. Right. Okay. Let's see what else is on the tape. See if we can get anything to load here. And give it a try and see if we can get some more stuff to load. Let's do that on basic and loaded it. I really enjoyed that one. Sometimes you get excited about these things. I'm not, it's been when you're looking at these things, you sometimes there's some games that just grab you, and that one just grabbed me. Mm. Oh yes, drinks, drinky. Keep the whole throat lubricated. Got a lot of talking to do. You're listening. I'm talking. It's all happening. SAS Strike Force. I don't think I like this one. I think this is an isometric, and as you know how much I love isometric games. I just don't. There are very few that strike me as brilliant. I mean, I think it was it Movie and a few others. They were really good. We liked those ones. Movie, Head Over Heels, Batman. Let me think. What else? What else do we like? See, I didn't like Night Law. I didn't like Alien 8. I didn't like. I'm really difficult to like with these things, and they should be some of the best, and those are the ones you should be going, oh my god, Night Law is like game changing. It is, and I didn't like it, and that's not gonna load either. Let's find this on PlayZX. Let's get this thing going on PlayZX. Yeah, I should love it. I should, as a fan of Ultimate Play the Game, I should utterly love it. I should be totally obsessed by it. But unfortunately, I'm not. Strike Force. Enter. SAS. Is it SAS with spaces? It will be, won't it? It would with full stops. Right, we're good. I might not get this here, but we'll have a look. We'll see. Strike. I think this is re-released by Alternative. Strike Force. No, not getting Strike Force here, peoples. Should we try it under the name Strike Force and see if Strike Force exists? This is, by the way, it's not 100% true of what it is. It's Strike Force SES Strike Force. There we go. I found it. It's Strike Force SAS. It's slightly different, but it'll do. Strike Force SAS, not SES Strike Force. I've not heard of this one. Microgem. This one, Microgem. Tell you what, I saw before the. I don't know if I mentioned. I think I did actually. I mentioned it. I mentioned there was a dreadful tape that was like a recorded one where it had been sort of recorded with some games on it, and I'd looked at this thing a couple of times, and somebody was trying to sell it, and kept on pushing it, and I didn't eventually buy it because I'll be honest, they were just the same people. It was games on it were the same people back that did Crazy Kong, which I did on the channel not that long ago, and Crazy Kong was mind-numbing of crap. And I don't normally say that about Spectrum games, but these were. I could, if you didn't know better nowadays, modern day style, it was a cynical cash grab of sorts. But I don't think it was cynical cash grab. I mean, the one thing about it is, it was like C-Tech Technologies, and they did the cover was, it was glorious. I mean, it was glorious. The cover was glorious, and the game was crap. And it's so bad when it does that, isn't it? It's such a terrible thing that. Yeah. It's so bad when they do that. It's so really, really bad when the glorious covers and they don't do that. And this is not going to load, by the way. Just something's telling me this isn't going to load. Yeah, there's someone about this is saying to me, I am not loading. I'm going to let it run because, well... Nope, it's completely crashed. I'm going to give it another go. We'll give it one more go. There's no other SES ones here, I'm afraid, though. We'll give it another go. We'll see what happens. I just feel like it might not. Strike Force SES. It sounds like a good game, though. Microgen. It just totally changes at that point when it loads. This one might not do its thing. Is that an SES soldier in the background there? I think it is, isn't it? Against that sort of moon. I guess when it fills it in, it would be really cool if it does it properly this time round. Come on, go for it. Oh, that looks better. Oh wow, look at him there. Wearing his balaclava. Yes. I feel quite honoured to have lived through what I would call the sort of a golden age of computing and computer games. I do feel quite honoured to have been sort of here when these things started, really sort of becoming something that weren't just sort of square blocks on the screen. The graphics started to improve, and at one point that was almost the gold standard. Do you not remember you might remember, but it was almost the gold standard when you looked at a computer game and you saw the graphics improve significantly, the sound quality improve, the addition of CD, the FMV movies at one point, the three-dimensional additions. These are all big things. Nowadays they're taken very much for granted, and I think they should be, because I don't think the innovation will come from, realistic graphics. I think innovation comes from fun games. It's like a game of Snap still exists because a game of Snap plays, well, okay. But you're with me? It's that simplicity of some games that make them exist within the sphere of gaming. So it's so nice to have been born and gone through it. And what really brought this home to me was somebody commented on one of my PS2 games. I put PS2 games, Dog's Life. It's just imagine Grand Theft Auto for dogs. So you're a dog, and you go around pooping and peeing on things and having dog races and eating dog food. And that's what it was. Grand Theft Auto for dogs. Go where you like. It's a good game, actually. It's quite good fun. But Grand Theft Auto for Dogs, Dog's Life, got a comment on it by somebody going, I remember playing this when I was 3 and 4. And then they actually put, and I'm 26 now. And I thought, oh my God, I'm so old. You know, realistically, it's hard to believe that that was people's first console. And, you know, my first sort of machine was, you know, first sort of machine and first arcade game I ever played on was Space Invaders. I mean, obviously I had those grandstand handstands, I was going to say for a minute there, grandstand devices, but the first ever arcade machine I played on was Space Invaders in 1979. That was the first Space Invaders I played on, you know, in a pub as well, a good old-fashioned old man's pub, a pub that is now stands empty, sadly. Wow. Okay, I'm kind of excited. Do. I like the graphics in the centre there. That's press fire to start. Let's fire. M. Oh. I've got grenades. That's alright. I must be up. I'm the SAS guy here, look. Why does he turn around and urinate on the wall? I'm like the SAS guy going up this building here. I can't climb up the building. I can jump though. I've run past and jumped on it. I'm blown up by a mine! You lose a life. Watch out for the mines. Yeah, I can see that now. Now you say it. I turn around and do that. Right. Right. Okay. Shot him. Oh no, he shot me! Use life. Killed by enemy fire. This game I've never played before. It feels like an expensive one now. I ran over a mine like an idiot. I didn't see the mine. I'm going to have another go in a second. Oh no, I've got another life. That's him dead. Right, okay, up we go. Shot me in the leg, in the foot. Killed by enemy mines. Have I got more lives? Meanwhile, back with the terrorists, sit down and have a refreshing pint of Foster's. Okay. Oh my God. My name just goes in badly there. End. Yeah. Not a game I've played before. It's slightly weird. Grenade and ammo. You kind of walk at a weird angle going up and down things. I should have shot him in the head there. Weird. Not played that one before. Anybody else played that one? Have you played that one before? Not one I've played before. Right, so Star Strike 3D 2 whatever else is. This is not going to load, but we'll give it a try anyway. We'll give it all the benefit of the doubt because that's what What's on the Tape's all about. We got to keep trying until it's totally unloadable. We're going to go for it. We've got 4 games to go. I can't work out discern what the last one is though, unfortunately. Can't discern it. Can't tell what it is. There's loads of tape left. If there's actually a loading tape, you'd be dead chuffed. This is how I found the first time I found the game New Venture was on a friend of mine's special tapes. He had got Spectrum first time round. I got Spectrum in 83, not 82. And No, I knew that wasn't going to load. He got 82. I got mine in 83, not 82. And he got his Spectrum a little bit later. He got the one which was the the plus, the 48K plus. But they'd bought that. His parents had bought that second hand. And when they bought it second hand, the person they bought it from, they had, well, hundreds of special tapes. I mean, like hundreds of special tapes. There was never a time we didn't have something to load on his Spectrum, which is naughty but true. Let's have that one play. Yeah, so we always had something to play, which is great, but I say a little bit naughty. Programmed, I guess you by programmed by. Yeah, that's cool. Can't remember the loading for this. Anyway, but but yeah, he had some games and occasionally loaned them to me. So he loaned me the one with New Venture on, because I really liked that one. So that was one of my faves. He had many others, but he was the guy who showed me that game that I always wanted to find again, which I think I've found now in that Senti Munch. I'm hoping that's the game. I'll be delighted if it is. It'll make my absolute day if it is. So that's hopefully the game that I've been looking for many years. But there were so many games that were out there. I mean, he used to loan me things. He'd be like, "Here, have this one," and there'd be like 30 games on it or something. Not 30 games, maybe 20 games on it, and you just load them up one by one to find out which one was any good. And it was just really, really clever. Now, if I remember rightly, the very first 3D Star Strike, not Star Strike 2 like this one, had its cover done by Oliver Frey. That was the first one. Not sure the second one did, but I could be very, very wrong. It is basically the second part of Star Wars. It's real-time game software. They created a better version of the Star Wars game, the first Star Wars: A New Hope, with wireframes for shooting sort of things down, flying down the trench and shooting the duct that would then eventually explode the Death Star internally. Just too small for anything else than these little stub fighters, as they called them. Was it stub fighters or stud fighters? I think it's all different meaning between stud and stub when it comes down to these things. But the point is that they had those little fighters, and 3D Star Strike was just unbelievable. It were on a scale not seen on a Spectrum ever. And this one, again, built on the scale of the first one, flying through the insides of the spacecraft and destroying the sort of parts in there. Just an amazing game. I think this is meant to load, by the way, with a timer on the side. You see where it says the grub on the bottom right hand side there? I think that little sort of thermometer thing there is meant to load up and fill up as it loads. But I think this has been remade so it doesn't do that. I think they were one of these turbo loaders, the bane of the Spectrum owner's existence. The absolute, oh, it puts shivers down my spine thinking about it. Oh, I love drinking. Juice, that is. Juice. Calm down, YouTube. Oh, I think they're going to start putting mid-roll adverts in everybody's videos now as well. If you go over that 10 minutes thing, I think you're going to be forced to get them, whether you like it or not. I turn them off. YouTube doesn't like me for turning them off. It's a stupid thing, realistically. If you don't want to put them in, you shouldn't really have to. But then you'll never see it. Even as somebody subscribed, I don't think you'll get notifications of it unless you push the bell button, I guess. I don't think you'll get notifications ever that I've produced a new video if you do that. I think already it still hides me away because I don't do that. I don't know what to think, really. I knew it was coming. I guess it's without offending anybody, it's sort of it's a greed thing, isn't it, from the country it comes from. I guess they're you know, with tumbling share prices, they may actually be worrying about whether or not they should be putting more adverts in there. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's as simple as that. Just that they're with their revenue and value of the company sort of dropping at shocking levels at the moment. Maybe that's a factor. I don't know. I'm not an economist. I did do economics when I was back as a student. Yeah. And it crashed. Of course it did. Because that would be too easy to load. Let's give it a load, did it? Let's see if we can find one that's another one that's on there. There's another re-release, I think. Let's give that one a try. Give that one a try. We'll see if this one will load. I'm always quite obsessed by Rama, which is where you're a warrior frog. I mean, you can't ask for better than a warrior frog, though, can you? I mean, think about it. Or maybe a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I mean, they're pretty cool too, as well. You got to give them credit for being pretty cool. They've been a bit of a hero to many. I used to love playing that game. I used to playing the. I've got the original rule book from back in the day for the role playing game. Used to love playing it. The mutation section of it's really good because you can't mutate too far. Isn't this hilarious? So you could mutate an animal, and there was a selection of animals. I don't know how many there were, but there was quite a lot of animals. But you could mutate an animal, but there was only so far you could take that mutation. So if you mutated here's a crazy example, a Wolverine. They're very small. So if you wanted them to increase in stature and height, that would require a lot of the mutagen, which is the stuff to do it, to make them a tall creature, so standing up high, above. If you wanted to be 6 foot something odd, you had to give it lots and lots of mutagen type things, but you would lose other things as a knock-on. So the balance comes from that everybody gets the same mutagen. You just have to distribute how that mutates your particular creature. So do you get more human-like features, or do you stick like the turtles did with their entire turtle features, rather than the becoming more like a human being would look? The disadvantages being that you might seem ugly if you are, well, got the face of a turtle, for instance, or lost your shell completely, all that kind of stuff. It's clever, and it was really sensible back in the day. I really enjoyed playing that game. It was sort of a lot of fun. I've rather enjoyed, though, recently, and I try not to pile any money into any corporation in particular, but I've rather enjoyed recently that we've seen a sort of revival in of the beat 'em up, the walk along beat 'em up. So there was the Karate Kid game recently where you go along level beating people up. There's obviously been a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles version of it. You've had the Double Dragon version of it, which is actually pretty good as well. There are a number of these coming along. They're all sort of similar people. It's a .emu people. MU, whatever it is, .mu, whatever it is, but they've been making quite a few, and recently they've also done Power Rangers, which I'm actually trying to get hold of a cheaper copy. They all seem to be blooming expensive. Power Rangers, which is obviously all 4 of the Rangers plus a few other characters, or 4 of the Rangers that I know of, because I don't know much about Power Rangers, I'll be honest. So if you know about Power Rangers, please do not get upset in the comments. I only know about 4 Power Rangers, honestly, or 5. I've only watched the movie. I've never watched anything else, and I really liked the movie, and nobody else did. So I thought the movie was quite good fun. Anyway, so you can do the Power Rangers, and I think that the latest one they've just done is they've done Marvel Invasion Force, which is basically Captain America and Venom and Wolverine, of course. Spider-Man and a number of other sort of players is getting. I really kind of like that one. Do you remember back in the day, though? This is even funnier. Do you remember this back in the day? I think it was on the Wii. not the Wii U, the Wii, they did the Battle of the Planets characters versus Street Fighter. I know! Yeah, you and me both. I can't believe they did that, but they did. It actually exists. One of the things I went out today, though, I was out with the family. Went around some very large charity shops, and by very large charity shops, it just means they're very dirty and everything's just been hoid all over the place. But we went around a couple of charity shops, and one of the things that they did have, bizarrely, and I mean, I went through the computer game section and whatever else is, and got myself a couple of games. Couple of DS games. I didn't show them at the beginning, should have done really, but a couple of DS games, only because they're relatively inexpensive, but they're also right. We're not getting this one today. It's just not going to happen. 3D Star Strike is not, or 3D Star Strike 2 is not happening. Let's see whether we can get Terra Cresta to work. So I got a few sort of DS games, but one thing they did have is they had a sort of an abundance of Wii games, which is fine. I mean, I had a Wii. My Wii lasted a week, by the way. I had a Wii, and it lasted a week. Crack your own jokes. Carry on. I had a Wii, and it lasted a week. I should have seen a doctor after that. But the point was that I had one of those Nintendo Wiis, and it did last a week. That was all. It just didn't grab me like my Xbox had, because I'd got it at the same time as the Xbox 360, and it just didn't grab me at the same sort of level of even with what it was. It was all seemed like a downgrade of graphics, but I should have stuck with it, because it does actually have light gun games with it, and I'm really quite tempted by that. But the place I was in today had about 6 of them for sale, just put together, tested, with the controller, the bar that goes on the telly, the device itself, the drive, and I was like, that's quite good, and they were just selling them for £15 a piece, which I thought was pretty much a bargain, to be honest with you. I almost got one, because I always wanted to try the light gun games, because apparently they're really good on a Wii. If you've got a Wii, by the way, tell me in the comments below whether or not they are good on the Wii, because at some point I might just go get one and buy one, just to play the light gun games on, because I miss light gun games. I'm a really strange person. I really miss them. I want to get one of those. Is it Sinden guns that connects to your arcade that can be adjusted for shooting at the screen? I want one of those. I think they're really expensive though. But I really miss them. I miss the things like playing Point Blank. I used to love Point Blank. Point Blank was a great game. Oh, it's just not going to happen, is it? It's not going to happen. The background sound is better now, by the way. There's less of it. It's just not. We're just not quite getting the right sound for it. No, Terra Cresta's going to have to be loaded, I'm afraid. So this is the follow-up to Moon Cresta. There's another couple of them, actually, that are on modern-day replacements. There's Soul Cresta, I think there is. So they're pretty good. They're quite well known. Right. Terra Cresta. Oh, that's Terra Connection. Terra Cresta. Terra Hawks. With the evil Zelda in it. Not the same one to be confused with the Link sort of games. Again, that's another set of games I'd really like to get into. I used to play one of the Link games. I can't remember which one it was. Legend of Zelda? Was it the one that was remade recently for the Switch? And I really want to play it, and I really want to finish it, because I haven't. And I used to have it on my Game Boy, and I used to play it when I was at work at lunchtime, and I never finished it, and I wish I had, because I love my Game Boy. My Game Boy is one of my favourite little devices. I love my Game Boy. I don't think that's loading. We're now into that territory of not being very good. Right, okay, let's push the button. Let's try the tape loader again. We'll do a full tape loader this time round, because it is Terra Cresta. There's a good chance it's 128k. Stop. There is a re-release from Spain. Let's try the re-release from Spain. It's a shorter load. As long as it doesn't have a turbo loader, I think we might get away with putting it on. Let's give it a try anyway. It's got to be worth a try. There we go. There goes the logo. Cool. Presenter Terracresta. Can't remember what I was talking about there. Completely lost my train of thought. Loss of the high street was the big thing for me today. Honestly, I think we've discussed that already, but it really is. It's dreadful. I don't know what to say. Yeah, when I was a kid, we used to go to the high street or into town for something to do for a start off normally. And you used to, buy sweets and you used to, buy a drink or something like that, or find something to eat, or I just anything, just things that you did out there. And now you just nobody does. They'd make more money if they upped the rates to those people who were working from warehouses, or they would make more money if they reduced the rates to the shops that are actually still in the high street, rather than taxing one over the other to try and dominate how people use your city. I mean, it just doesn't help, does it? I mean, if you want a bustling high street, it's not going to work, is it? You get bustling high streets down south. The further south you go, we certainly don't have them north. I don't think I've seen a bustling high street in years. I mean, I went to of all places. I was working in Crewe, of all places, and it's just a town. It's got about 75,000 people. I did a bit of googling. I was staying there, and the one thing that struck me, and the one thing I wanted to do in Crewe is that Crewe's a major railway station. You change there quite frequently for many places in the UK. I wanted to go on the railway line, and I couldn't get to it because I had to buy a ticket. That's all I really wanted to do was have a look at it, and I couldn't see any of it. I couldn't see the tracks. I couldn't see over the railway because the fences are so built up. And when we went into town, or into the sort of the city centre to try and find. Well, city centre, town centre, to try and find somewhere just to watch some football and have a pint, to take a little bit less stress after a hard day's work, and then another day work to come. The place was just fast food shops, and downtrodden pubs, ruined hotels and empty buildings, and what was the death of British Rail, gigantic sort of 10 or 15 story, I would say 10 story probably, building, which clearly was called Railway House, that was clearly used for it. And it's just so disappointing. It's so sad for me anyway to look at these things, because I suspect that town was probably a little bit more vibrant when British Rail was there fully. But anyway, just another terrible thing. I always love the ducks. That'll be Joffy, isn't it? That's the guy. Sadly died. Oh, you silly sod. Silly sod. Winger ready. I killed them before they could get to me. Oh, bugger. I'm not very good at this. What my hands were when I was a kid, when I could get my fingers on certain keys and stuff like that. It's just not the same nowadays. I just can't do it. Oh my god. Not very good at this. Monochrome, reduced area size so that you can keep the speed high with the processor. Jonathan Smith was an absolute master of the ZX Spectrum. He knew what he was doing, and he knew how to do it properly. Ah, missed a bit of the ship there. There was a numbered thing on the floor. Damn. I don't know how you pick it up, though. No idea. Can I put my initials in? Oh. Here we go. Actually put my name in for a change. There we go. Yeah, it's alright. It's not a bad game, just a bit difficult. Yeah, a bit difficult. Not impossible, but just a bit difficult. Should have played it with a joystick, really. Yeah, should have played it with a joystick rather than rather than the. There's definitely an item along here, though. I don't know why I couldn't pick it up earlier. Ah, that's it. I've got to go in that, and I didn't do it. Again. It's like poker discs or chips. That's what they are, like chips. Oh, a little goblin thing. I don't know what that does at all either. Wow, right back at the beginning. You really? That's harsh. It's not a bad little shooter, though. Bullets are a little difficult to see. Sticking with being sort of monochrome-ish. And I say ish because at least it changes sectionally occasionally. So you end up with at least some colours within the realm of the game. Yeah, it's good, this. Decent little shoot 'em up. I like a little shoot 'em up, I'll be honest. There's the ship bit. There, I've got it. And I can split to do more damage like this. As long as the main bit of the ship doesn't get hit, I'm okay. There we go. Gotta shoot both the bits over there. Oh, I did alright. I'm doing okay with that one. Much better than I was. Oops. Bit overzealous there. Decent score, though. Yes, got a good score there. Quite pleased with that, actually. I didn't expect myself to do so well. Like it. So many good Spectrum games. So many good Spectrum games. I really like that. Right, let's see what else we've got on here. So, we've got... This should be Rama. As I say, quite obsessed by this one. I don't know why. I like the cover. I like the frog. Or is he a toad? It's a frog, I think. I think he's a frog. And not a single thing's loaded on here, but I didn't expect anything less, to be honest with you. But we're ready for next week. Next week, everything's going to load perfectly off the tape. First time round, no issues at all. Well, maybe not. What's this last game? I can't tell what it is. Deactivators? Deactivator. Yes. That does exist. That is a game. That's a game that I haven't played for a long time, but it's a game. And on we go. I just want one of those to pop up on the screen. It's not going to, but I just want one. Just for the love of the game, you know. I want one of those to sort of pop up on there and us see it actually load one of those games. I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen next week or on the other side, because that is the nature of Rana. No, it's banana. Type banana. Rama. We have it. Push that button. Rama. I always like this one because it's like a cave. Not cave. It's like a maze-based game, sort of like Gauntlet, but where you build stuff up and you find stuff in chests and all this kind of stuff. Always. Oh. A loader. Time to load. Ooh. I wasn't expecting that. I thought it had actually crashed. That's why I paused for a second there. But I do like it. I don't know. I do like a frog in a helmet. Get a bit weird, but yeah, maybe frog in a helmet. I like it. What's going on with this loader? Some interesting going on with the loader. It's flashing up messages. I was talking to somebody the other day on Bluesky about Joe Blade 2, but the Commodore version, and I'd asked them the question because, of course, the Spectrum version of Joe Blade 2, when it loads, actively has a copy of Pac-Man running, so you can play Pac-Man as it loads, which is kind of cool. So I asked the question whether or not the Commodore version, see, frog in a helmet, whether or not, maybe a toad, I don't know. Multi-load? Don't multi-load. I don't like multi-load. Anyway, I asked whether or not the Commodore 64 version had the loading game, and apparently not. I felt very sorry for them. Not at all. I love Commodore 64 users. To be fair, we all had a great time. Let's be honest, we all had a great time. It was only childhood sort of playground nonsense about what was the best computer. Those with a bit more money would have the Commodore 64. Those of us who had a little bit less had ZX Spectrum, and those who knew nothing about computers had an Amstrad CPC. No, that's very cruel. It's not cruel at all. It's the nature of the beast. It's the hi-fi, isn't it? It's the Alan Sugar, Sir Lord Sugar. Lord Sugar's approach to anything was to make something that was commercially and mass sellable, and that's what he did. He made a computer that worked for every man. You plugged in the monitor, you plugged in your computer, and it just blooming worked. And that was it. You didn't expect it to do anything else. There was no need to expect it to do anything else. So Clive was an inventor. Alan Sugar was a businessman. There's a significant difference in the two men. The BBC and the whatever else it was. I would have said that again they were more on the inventor side. The BBC and the Acorn Boys. I would have said that was more their thing. They were more inventors than they were anything else. That was just what a load of nonsense that was, though. The whole time when they started doing things like the Sinclair QL machine I've got myself, the Electron to try and beat the ZX Spectrum in a time when we were in unparalleled speed of increased chip count. Chip speed itself became a thing. By the time they messed around with all of this stuff, they should have been pushing forward. And Sinclair and the QL was
a missed opportunity. The Miles Gordon technology, the old Sam Coupe, would have been a better move for the ZX Spectrum, to be honest. I think it would have been. Gone more the Amiga route. But, I mean, there's the other thing as well. Amiga, and even Atari to that point in time, you know, with the ST models and the sort of the... the ST models. They really did. They could have cornered the market. They could have been the standard desktop in Europe, thus pushing out the PC. And they just effed about. They just made mistake after mistake after mistake. It's just so sad to see that those things didn't get the love that they should have done. Also, did you see that Retro Computer is it Retro Computer Limited? Whatever it is, I think it is the people who made the Spectrum. The reason why they haven't done the A500 Maxi, the full version of the A500 Amiga, is that they've got legal issues at the moment. It's not them. I think it's the people who own the rights to the Amiga. Apparently, they had a right old go about the mini version, and now having a right old go about the Maxi version. So that they're struggling to deal with it. So it's all legal action about who owns what and blah blah blah, which is terrible. Realistically, if you were hoping for, and to be fair, they're going to do the A1200 mini or Maxi, which will be awesome because that's the one you really want anyway. But it's just a shame that they're having that argument, realistically. Final mouthful. Last two games. Right, keyboard, yes. Enter to start. See, there I am. I'm a frog. I don't know how I fire, though. There's the door to get out. How do I fire? Well, that's the exit there. Found it. I just loved the way it felt with the fact that the rooms opened as you went along. You just didn't know what was in each room until you opened them. Look at all those bad guys. No idea how to play it, but it looks really cool. You're now mortal until you cast another. I just like the way it plays. It reminds me of sort of dungeon games of old. Things like the original Rogue that basically effectively gives every game its name. I just love the styling. That's very cool. Look at that. Awesome. No idea what I'm doing, as I say, but it looks cool. That's a map. That's my fire button. Oh, that's actually cool. It's very cool indeed. That's pretty cool. I quite enjoyed that, actually. Yeah, good game. Right, let's see if I can find this deactivators thing, and we'll give it a go. Do you know what? I think at this point, I think we've exhausted this tape on this side. Let's see if we can just find it on PlayZX, and we'll just go there. I don't think it's going to load on that side. I'm hoping the other side will be better at loading next week, but you never know with these things. But we'll give it a try. I'm all about trying on this channel, and you know that. You've been here long enough to know that. Deactivate. No. Keep spell checking it. Deactivators. There we go. Found it. Oh, there's a 128k version. We should go for that. We should go for that. Why not? Why not? Last game of the tape. Why not? And it's been a long one, bit longer than usual, to be honest with you. A little bit of extra for you. Well, that's what we've got with these tapes. They're all pretty large, so this will keep us busy for next week. I mean, next week we've got on the lineup, and this is very tasty. It's very tasty indeed. We have got Eagle's Nest. We've got Xevious, which is one of the very first scrolling shoot 'em ups. We've got Nemesis. We have Nexor. We have 2112 AD. We have Mantrox. We have Killer Tomatoes. We have Army Moves. And we have SAS Thunderflash. Thunderflash. Ho! Yes. Why haven't they done a live action version of that? You'd think they'd have done by one. I'm not sure I want live action. No, I don't want a live action version of Thundercats. I've decided. They did a weird in between cartoon as well, didn't they? Where they all went a little small and silly, and it was just crap, like a kiddie version of it. And then they did another version, wasn't so bad. Oh, why do they keep messing with them? You know, they're messing with some of the greatest cartoons ever made. Play Nation, is it? Did them all? Play Nation did a lot of these things. Oh. Brave Star. He-Man. Some brilliant stuff. Some stuff that, well, it's just brilliant, isn't it? So yeah, there's some fantastic stuff out there. Some fantastic sort of cartoons that probably haven't stood the test of time, but they're still good. Still good. I don't like this loader. Dude, we had a screen on before, now we don't have a screen at all. It's gone black for some reason. Doing something exciting that I don't know about. Bit weird. I've been enjoying diversifying a little bit on the channel into more of the indie games that I really do have a passion for, especially for the PC. I really don't understand AAA title stuff. I really don't understand it. I'm nowadays there are many a B, C, D, E, F, G, and beyond game that is better. The games that I've been playing recently, and you can see it on the channel, is things like Motortown. And Motortown is effectively 3 developers. And they've created a huge ecosystem for you to drive cars and vans and trucks and motorcycles and whatever else you can think of, pretty much, that they've put into it, on a map with friends if you want, or just on your own. And honestly, the level of diversity in it is just phenomenal. It really is. It's really, really, really fun. It's hard to put into words how much fun it is actually playing and driving around in it in silly vehicles, and you know, going up and down cliffs and things like that, and driving over stuff and jumping, and yeah, it's just a lot of fun. It's a clever game. It's a lot all about delivery, and you could say it was about work at some point, but it's not really about work. It's about having fun and having a bit of rampant capitalism within the game. You know, spending enough money that you can buy the top of the range car or something similar. But it's just a lot of fun. I'm gonna be honest. I've enjoyed it a lot. I've enjoyed a few others. I've enjoyed I Am Legion's Stand Survivor. That's a little game that's written by a single indie dev. It'll be on my videos this week, and it's a great survivors game. I got Deep Rock Galactic Survivor the other day. That's really good fun. It's the same sort of excellent quality as the big game that's a multiplayer one, whereas this is just single player. There are so many good games that are out there that don't require you to spend huge sums of money on them. it's back to almost the budget titles of the day. I probably had a way less more expensive titles on the Spectrum than I did those budget titles. And I probably played those budget titles in the most part more than I played the more expensive titles. There were a few that strike me that I would have played, but not as many as you might think. Right, Tigress Marketing. Press enter. QOP and yeah, that'll work for me. Start from level. Yes, that's fine. How do I start? Fire. Prepare to deactivate. Building 1. Oh, I'm a little robot, look. I don't know how to deactivate things here, though. Oh, right. Don't know what I'm doing. It looks cool, though. Apparently there's a bomb on this level. This is a game that probably needs me to learn how to play, but it looks very cool. I like the look of it, though. Well, I managed to change the direction a moment ago, but now I can't change it again. Oh, right, okay. I got killed. That's weird. Not sure what I'm doing, but hey, it's interesting. It's a game that I probably should spend more time on, to be honest with you. I've got the full version of it. I bought it not that long ago, to be honest with you. It looks pretty good, but I just haven't had a chance to have a little play on it. Anyway, this has been a long episode. I'm glad you stuck with me. So next week, don't forget to choose between the two compilations, the Gremlin one and the live ammo one. Don't forget to do that in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and feel free to make some nice comments. Anyway, I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye now.